Ron is somebody who's been very, very specific about the market that he works with, and he's done the work to figure that out. So as you're hearing from Ron, again, our job here is to show you how to do this and to bring people in front of you who will actually say, okay, here's another way to think about this, or here's how I did it. I want you to see that. So while we're hearing from Ron, keep thinking through. If you want to think through 5, 10, a million markets you want to work with, just jot them down. We're gonna parse those out and get more specific soon in just a few minutes. But first up, Ron is somebody that I've gotten to know over the past months. What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Good to see
Ron
you.
is somebody who's uniquely gifted in very specific ways for very specific markets. That's why I've asked Ron to specifically talk to y'all in this one space. So Ron, thanks for being here. Ron's somebody I trust and somebody who, when you hear him communicate, you're like, oh, he gets it. He's authentic. And you'll keep seeing that theme with people we work with. We like authenticity. Ron,
I'm
can
just
you just
saying,
tell us real quick what you do before we jump in so that everybody can hear from you and your words?
yeah, I'm Ron Sosa, and I help human-centered leaders in medical professions such as veterinarians help them understand how they think, lead with integrity, and redesign their work and lives so success no longer requires self-abandonment.
Ooh,
Oh, that
wow.
is specific. Hi, Ron. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm just noticing the book behind it says, I'm not bossy, I'm just helpful. I love that. I really, really love that. Um, uh, okay, so tell us a little bit about this market stuff for you. How did you get to this market? Like, what was the process that got you to go, this is the people that I'm helping, this is the specificity that I'm helping them with?
It's a great question. I think a lot of it, or oftentimes we come at this from our own past experience. And so for me, that's very much true, is I was diagnosed with ADHD in my late 20s, mid to late 20s, and then I got an ASD diagnosis in my when I was 38. And so I realized in my leadership role, there was a lot of things I didn't have to suffer through. I didn't have to, fall through some pitfalls if the rules were just rewritten differently for me. And so that's where I really wanted to give back. And when I found coaching, I was like, this is it. This is how I can do that. Instead of advocacy work, I can help people and actually create a bigger impact, not only just for the individual, but for the workplaces they're in.
Beautiful. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. So you've been in Chris's world for a little bit now. How long have you been in our world for now?
Oh gosh, what is it? Since the end of September?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that
yes,
sounds
it's a
right.
couple
Yeah.
of months, right? So
Yeah.
you were sitting where everyone here is just a couple of months ago. I remember
No, he was sitting
bright-eyed
right
bushy.
there. I remember the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah,
He hasn't moved at all. Yeah.
yeah, same thing. Exact spot, exact spot. Um, uh, how has your perspective on the work that you do changed over the last few months?
Yeah, I think, as a business person who's had a business before, like I think I knew all of the ways to operationalize the business. And where I really got stuck was how do I talk to the audience or the clientele that I'm trying to bring in. And so I think getting the offer down and then really like getting the coaching on the words that resonated with the market I was trying to serve, and it really being challenged to do some market research and really being challenged to pick apart why I'm offering what I'm offering. Why are the bonuses the way the bonuses are? Like, what exactly am I trying to bring rather than what I think my market needs? I think that
Yeah.
was a really big piece for me.
Yeah, I think we often like to make assumptions based on what we like and what we think is valuable, and
Yeah.
not necessarily test what the market actually wants and needs. So that's really, really powerful. So Ron, thank you so much for that. That was a great, really great lead into a really important point. What's it been like working with Chris and the team?
I think that as a coach, it's important to have a coach.
Yeah.
Someone who really challenges you. Chris and Olivia are fantastic at really pushing you past your comfort zone, which in a very respectful way. And I think that's been really good for me is I thought my business needed to be a certain way. And you stand in those shoes and you stand on it like tall and proud in that a little bit, and you need to be shaken. You need to be pushed. And I
Yeah.
think that's been the best part about working with them is to be pushed in a very productive way and to be challenged in a way that actually makes sense and has results on the other end of it.
Yeah, yeah, really, really cool. I think, and it's funny, often we actually know what we need to do, Like you mentioned before, you're like, I knew I have done all these acquisition strategies and stuff like that. Like you knew, but you need someone to like point to the blind spot of the thing that you're not seeing so that you can do the thing that you know that you need to do properly, and do it the right way. Ron, as you've been in the program now for a couple of months and you're kind of charting the path forward into next year, what are some of the things that you're building out now that are going to support you with your business growth?
What are some of the things? I think the biggest thing for me right now is the different way of prospecting that I hadn't considered before. I think Christy did a really good job about pushing me to, what was the acquisition of my clients, right? I can't rely 100% on, millions of followers that I don't have and I will not have overnight. But I think that has been the biggest thing that's led to actual results is changing how I prospect and actually going out there and cold messaging a different clientele than I would have and searching for them and then bringing them in kind of top of funnel before because my whole business was based on very warm leads before, and that was easy come. And then once that well dries up, I was like, I don't know where I'm going. What's happening?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's a way to do this, like for everyone who's been cold, knuckles into the screen, who's been cold DM'd before and you've just gone, ugh, gross. Right?
Yeah.
Right. There is what we're going to be teaching you around all of the marketing and the stuff that we're about to do right now is actually to how to get people to be magnetized into you, right? So that they're coming to you, that they're responding to what you're putting out there, as opposed to you having to blow up chats with all of those crazy offers that people send through.
I'd
So
love to give
Ron,
you, I don't know, I know you're not asking for this, but I'm just going to throw it out there because I think it's really impactful. I
right.
reached out to 120 cold messages on LinkedIn last week. I've got
Okay.
45 responses. I got 5 no's, and then I've got 32 on the books between now and January.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness. Wow.
woo!
It
Yeah, I
doesn't
talk
that
about
doesn't
do
let it
the
Wow.
to
work. We
that
do
doesn't
work,
mean a
get
sale, but
results.
that means the first conversations are happening, and that's never
Yeah.
happened for me before. So
Just Ron, to you, do work, get results. You've heard me say that like 1,000 times. You are doing the work, buddy. Well done, you. Your 2026 is looking bright, my friend.
it's looking good.
Yeah, yeah, looking very, very bright. And I think this goes to say that with the right approach, right? With the right structural approach of doing that outreach, it yields great results and people don't go, and like, I'm not going to respond. And what I love about this, so you said 120 and a 45 response rate. That's incredible.
Yeah,
That's
I
really like
was
you,
surprised that I would get a response. I was like, this is not going to work. I told myself this is not going to work. And
yeah.
I did it anyway. I was like, I'm going to prove it wrong. Well, guess what? It went well. It went really well. And then I
Yeah.
just keep getting more calendar creations now. Like we started conversation and all of a sudden I got 5 more alone this morning. I just woke up and there's
So
five
good.
more acceptance in my
Ah.
in my inbox. So it was good.
I'm so happy for you, dude. That's really, really great. Congratulations. That's really
Yeah.
awesome. What a great way to end the year and go into next year. I would love to kind of find out from you if you have some advice for people here as we wind this up, around their business growth. Like, what do you wish that you had heard? Well, so actually, no, here's the question.
Yeah.
What do you know now, a few months in, that you wish you knew when you were sitting in the chair of the people that are here? And what's that allowing you to do in the business?
Oof. I stop relying on just putting content out on social media. Like they just don't come just because you put out content. That was my strategy for so long, was just if you put out good work, you'll get it in return. And while it's true to a degree, you got to just catch them in a different way that I hadn't expected. And so that reaching out was such a learning curve for me.
Yeah, the
So I didn't want
market
to be
has
the sales
changed.
guy. I didn't want to be the sales guy, showing up in your
Yeah.
inbox.
Yeah, yeah, because we've all had that such horrible experiences. But to your
Yeah.
point, the market has shifted, the market has changed. It requires a different approach. So yeah, if this has been valuable for you, let's give Ron some feedback, please, into the chat. Type yes. We'll donate a week of clean drinking water in his name. Thank you so much, Ron, for being with us today. It's been
Yeah.
wonderful seeing you again, and congrats on all of your success. It's wonderful.
Thanks so
Well
much.
done, Ron.
It's
Thanks,
Ron,
buddy.
everybody.
Really